We have already got the relation between kg per meter cube to gram per meter cube, gram per centimeter cube, or gram per cc to kg per meter cube as 1 kg per meter cube is equal to 10 power minus 3 gram per centimeter cube, or gram per centimeter cube is equal to 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. So if you use that formula here, you will get the density in kg per meter cube also. The second one, if you do, it is given that 50 ml container, that means volume is given as 50 ml, then mass is given as 43.5 grams. So density D is equal to mass by volume, which is equal to 43.5 divided by 50, which is equal to how much you got?
0.87
0.87 gram per ml.
ml.
Okay. The next, here in the question they have also given convert it into kg per liter also. Okay, if you convert the mass to kilograms, 43.5 into 10 power minus 3 kgs, and if you convert 50 ml also into liters, milli means nothing but 10 power minus 3, okay, liters. Now they are asking in kg per liter. So if you do kg per liter, 43.5 into 10 power minus 3 divided by 50 into 10 power minus 3. So which is again 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 3 gets cancelled, and we get 43.5 by 50, which is equal to 0.87 kg per liter. This is the answer in kg per liter. Third part of the question in gram per cc. So volume you convert it into cc. 50 ml is nothing but 50 cc. We have already learned 50 cc. So then again density is equal to 43.5 grams by 50 cc, which is again equal to 0.87 gram per cc, and density in kg per meter cube. Kg in gram
0.87
per
into 10
cc we
power
got.
3
Yeah, very
kilogram
good.
per meter cube.
Yes, very good. Into 10 power 3.
8.7 10 to the power
Standard
2.
form if you write 8.7 into 10 power 2 kg per meter cube. So conclusion from this problem is numerical value of density in kg per liter, gram per milliliter, and gram per cc are equal. Yes, third one, calculate the mass. Mass is equal to density into volume according to derived formula. Density is equal to mass by volume. Mass is equal to density into volume. If you do that, 2.5 into 15, then you will be getting 37.5 grams is the answer. Very good. By solving, you are getting Third one, mass as 37.5 grams.
into 10 to the power 3.
Then which is equal to, in milligram, if you convert 37.5 into,
10 to the power 3.
yeah, very good. Very good.
Sir, but if we have to write in standard form, we should write in 3.75 into 10 to the 4.
37.5 into 10 power 3 milligram. In standard form, 3.75 into 10 power 4 milligrams. Okay. Or in kgs, 37.5 into 10 power,
10 power minus 3.
yes, very good, minus 3 kg, or which is equal to 3.75 into 10 power minus 2 kg, because 37.5 we can write it as 3.75 into 10. So if you simplify, you will get this one. Very good. Fourth, fifth solutions I have already given. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you solve it as a homework. Okay. Pressure is nothing but a perpendicular force or a thrust force per unit area is defined as a pressure. And it is indicated with P. Formula for pressure is P is equal to F by A or mg by A or ma by A, where small a is the acceleration, capital A is the area, m is the mass, d is the acceleration due to gravity, f is the force, thrust force especially, a is the area, p is the pressure. From this formula we can also write a is equal to f by p or f is equal to p into a. Okay. So for a small area, if you apply the force, then the pressure will be more for a small area, thinner. So that is why in the kitchen we use very sharp knives, so that the pressure applied will be more, so that we can easily cut the vegetables. Okay. And pressure is, so that is what it means. Pressure is inversely proportional to area for a constant force. And so you apply 10 Newton for a thicker area and you apply 10 Newton for thinner area. On thinner area, pressure will be more compared with the thicker area. Pressure is directly proportional to the force under constant area. So if you take the same area, 1 meter square, 1 meter square, and you apply 10 Newton on one area and 100 Newton on another area, then 100 Newton per meter square, their pressure is more. Where the force is more, pressure is also more under the constant area. That is what it means. Pressure is directly proportional to the force under constant area. So we have already learned we can increase the pressure by increasing the force applied, or we can increase the pressure by decreasing the area. Okay. We have also discussed this G value. D value is 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square. We can take any value depending on the numerical. These are the various units of pressure we have already learned. Newton per meter square, Pascal, ATM, mm of Hg, centimeter of Hg, meter of Hg, bar, torr, psi, pounds per square inch, dyne per centimeter square. They are all units only. And specifically speaking, SI units are Pascal or Newton per meter square, or Newton meter to the power of minus 2. And CGS units are dyne per centimeter square or dyne centimeter to the power of minus 2. And normal human body pressure 120 by 80, that is 120 mm of Hg, 80 mm of Hg. It's expressed in mm of Hg, And we cannot say, one of you are telling 120 by 80 we can cancel. No sir, we cannot say that, because these are biological terms. This is systolic pressure, diastolic pressure. Okay, and there is a relation between units of pressure also we have learned, and like 1 atm is 1.01 into 10 power 5 newton per meter square, or 1 newton per meter square is same as Pascal. Yeah, so these are the relation. 1 atm is 1.01 into 10 power 5 newton per meter square. Newton per meter square is same as Pascal. 1 Pascal is nothing but 1 Newton per meter square. So that is why we can write it as 1.01 into 10 power 5 Pascal, and 760 torrs also equal to 1 atm. 1 torr is nothing but 1 mm of Hg. So that is why 760 torr is equal to 760 mm of Hg, or 76 centimeter of Hg, or 0.76 meter of Hg, and it is also called as 1.01 bars. Okay, actually 10 power 5 Newton per meter square is nothing but bar. 1 bar is equal to 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, or 10 power 5 Pascal. Okay. And we have also learned what do you mean by the 760 mm of Hg. Under normal atmospheric pressure, if you take one, like 1 meter tube of 1 meter glass tube you take and you fill it with the mercury, and it rises up 760 mm under normal atmospheric pressure. Okay. That is what it means. And there are other relations, like 1 meter square is 10 power 4 centimeter square, or 10 power 6 millimeter square, or 1 centimeter square is 10 power 2 millimeter square. So these are some
Sir,
of the examples we have solved. So we have done already all these problems. Okay. We have already discussed this. Pressure is equal to force per area, and also, yeah, do you know
Yes, sir.
pillars of bridges are
Yes, sir.
broad bases,
yes, sir.
so that
To decrease the
So the
pressure.
very,
air is increased, so the pressure will be decreased.
yes, very good. So if the area is
As
broad,
pressure
then pressure will
as
be small. So that is why they maintain these pillars of bridges are broad areas.
sir, this happens because pressure is indirectly proportional to area.
Yes, very good, very good. And the tires of truck and other heavy vehicles are also made broad and thick, so that force exerted by the heavy weight of the vehicle is distributed over a wide area, and pressure on the road is reduced. Okay. So this is also one of the example or application for pressure and area relation.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, till now we have learned pressure in solids. So let us go for pressure in liquids. Okay. A liquid exerts pressure on the walls of the container in which it is kept. To verify this fact, let us perform this activity. Okay. So you take a plastic bottle, a glass tube, a burner, wax, and balloon, and water. Okay. Take a plastic bottle and fix a glass tube near the bottom. Fix a, fix a glass tube near the bottom. Okay. And bottom of it by heating the tube and quickly insert it into the bottle. Seal the joint with molten wax. The mouth of the glass tube with a balloon. Cover the mouth of the glass tube with a balloon. Then fill the water up to half. Then observe the volume of the balloon. pour some more water into the bottle and again observe the volume of the balloon, then the volume of the balloon increases on pouring more water into the bottle. So if you so this results, we can say that the liquid exerts pressure on the walls of the container. Since it is applying the pressure on the wall, so that pressure is transmitted through this tube to this balloon. The balloon size is gradually increasing as you pour more and more water. With this, we can say that liquid exerts pressure on the container walls. Any doubts here?
Excuse me, sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, what would happen if in the setup we put another balloon on the top of the bottle?
Could you please repeat? What would happen if the
If in this setup we would put another balloon in the top mount of the bottle?
so you are keeping the balloon here? Is it here?
No, sir. I am not telling that sad balloon. The sad balloon will be in its place only, but at the top mouth, where the mouth where we drink the water, from in
So
that place, if we quit a
here.
balloon, then what would happen to the size of the side balloon?
Then if you are keeping here, then how can you pour the water? That is number one. Okay. And number two, if you are closing it with a balloon, there is a air pressure, atmospheric pressure will be there, not due to liquid. Above the liquid surface, it is due to atmospheric pressure only, okay, and not the liquid pressure. So in order to study liquid pressure, either you have to fix the balloon here or here or here, okay, anywhere where the liquid is present. Is it okay, Arkoprava?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah, any other doubts? Anyone? With this activity, we have understood liquid exerts pressure. But at what point liquid pressure is high? At what point liquid pressure is low? So that we have to understand. And how it varies with the depth. Okay. If you see from here, if you see the point here, here, then at what point the pressure is more? Let us try to understand. It is the A point and B point. Okay. So pressure at A or pressure at B, which will be more? Can anyone please tell?
The pressure at B.
Sir, pressure at B will be more.
At B. At the bottom. B, sir.
Yeah.
At the bottom. Pressure B, sir. Pressure B.
Yes, very good. Pressure at B, yes, pressure at B is more than pressure at A. So with the depth, actually we have to speak with the depth. Here they have given height, we have to speak with the depth. So from the top layer, as you increase the depth, then pressure increases. Pressure increases. Okay. There is something called there is there is a relation between pressure and the depth. Okay. We will be learning it now. The meeting is going to end within 2 minutes. You join again with the same link. We will be learning it.